Hi Peter, just wanted to show you a little video with the new laser I'm talking about in the email. Um, this is the beast in question. This is what they call a galvo head. It's just mirrors and lenses to redirect the beam. That's the laser tube itself. It's an air-cooled metal tube, 30 watts, which is not particularly powerful, but for what I need, it's fine and it's fast enough. I'm just going to give you a little example here of how speed is not everything. So, interestingly, that strobing or what looks like strobing of that line, I don't see that. The two cameras are getting it slightly differently. Yeah. So that looks like a solid box to me. It's outlining it very quickly. Inside, up here, there's mirrors and things all bouncing around. It's pretty cool. But I'll just show you something. So that's a design I've got for your logo there. I've got a couple of different sizes. Just let me get rid of the small one. Alright, so that's the big one, which is 240 by 126, or 249, say 250 by 126. And you'll see from the outline, it's a decent size of a cardboard separator from a 30 pack of soft drink. Now I've got this currently set to run at 7,000 millimeters per second, which is insanely fast, but it probably won't have much effect on the cardboard because it's too quick. But let's run it and see what it does. So we'll just start this other camera because this camera's on the tripod. That one's going. You'll get a better view of it with the other camera, and I'll show you on both. So I'll click on start. Done. So, like I say though, it's a little bit faint because it's just going over it too quick. What I will do is flip this over to the other side. That's what I've done for a video for you before. You'll see that in a bit. So flip it onto the other side. I will drop these speeds down to something still insanely fast, but a bit more respectable for the material. I think 30 is probably enough power for that. Make sure I'm centered on the cardboard, which I am. And so this is now running at 1,000 millimeters per second. Yeah, it's done. So you can see there it's all nice and clean. That's the one I've done a video of for you doing that one. That came out nice too. That didn't take very long. I'll show you the small one. So just get rid of the big one and do the small one. Okay. So that's the outline of the small one going there. And this will be 1,000 millimeters per second. So this is basically 100 by 50. So let's run that. Make sure I don't have my hand in the way of the other camera, which I probably did in the last shot. And let's just double the zoom. There we go. And run. Nice. That actually has probably gone a little bit too hard. It's busted through part of the cardboard there, but you get the idea. It's pretty quick. I get some really good results out of it. Alright, so I've got that nicely framed up on this camera. I've just bumped the power up to 50% of the slow speed, so it's going to produce a bucket load of smoke. That should be interesting to watch. So I'll just stop the outline. Now this thing too, because it's so fast, I can make it trace the outline. Not that it's so it's showing the outline being done in a red dot, so you can kind of line things up. That works pretty cool. Alright, let's get ready. And go! There it is, so that was done at 50% power. It's actually quite deep now. Don't know how well that comes out on the camera, but and these lines here, it would have had to have gone over them quite a few times to get it that thick, because the laser's quite a thin beam. But you get the idea. So super fun, super fast, having lots of fun with it. Alrighty then, I think that'll do it for now. I'll catch up with you again soon. Bye. I just wanted to quickly add to the end of this. You would have seen while it was burning this out, going around this outer edge, that it kind of looks slow, the way that it was tracing around the edge. But I thought I'd just show you what the G-code vectors look like around that area. So I'll just zoom in. So you can see here, around all these little bits to make all the letters, there's loads and loads of little lines that it would have traced out to fill in what looks like a thicker line, because obviously the laser line's very thin. So even going, let's see if I can zoom in there, even around this outside edge, so you can see it would have traced two solid outline edges, and then it would have gone over and filled it in with all those little lines. And so that's what you're seeing when it looks like there's a wide beam as it's tracing around the outside. It's actually not, it's just moving so quickly across all these little bits, which probably gives you a better sense as to just how fast this thing's moving. Even though theoretically it's only, I mean, it sounds only 60,000 millimeters per minute. The difference with this type of system is it can change direction on the drop of a hat. Like it has next to no weight. When it comes to changing the directions, we're talking, you know, the acceleration and deacceleration would be in magnitudes of g-forces, because it can just change so quickly. So that's when you're seeing it trace all this out, it's literally going backwards and forwards, tracing out thousands and thousands of little lines all around here. So that's what you're seeing when it's tracing it out. Yeah, I thought I'd just add that to the end, just so you get a better understanding as to just what it's actually doing. All this too, this toolpath that you're seeing was done through a custom post-processor that I've created in VCarve Pro. So basically anything that can be spat out of VCarve Pro, I can now send to this laser. When it comes to photos and things like that, that's a whole different thing. This software can send the information to the machine, but it can't represent it. In fact, if I try to bring up one of the files that I've got here, it tends to mess it all up. Oops, I'm zooming out, not hiding it. So if I bring in one of these, that's basically what it's sending to the machine. Like this, just literally, it's millions of dots that are being sent, and it doesn't really look any good on the screen. But once it actually spits it out, let's turn on another light so you get one idea. So that's what I'm getting at the moment out of all those dots that you see. I am having an issue. You'll see it, this line across here. Believe it or not, that line is being caused by, I'm guessing in this area, lack of smoke as it goes through this area, and because the laser's not going through the smoke, it becomes a bit stronger. So that's why you can see all these little fluctuations. It's the smoke that's causing it. So I've got to improve my smoke management, because the laser's hitting it for such a short period of time, the smoke is causing a problem. But it's getting there. It's all good fun, learning curve. I'm actually doing something with this particular machine that no one's done before, so it is a learning curve. But yeah, this is a synthetic leather. But it's basically got a rubber backing, then a thick silver reflective layer, and then a thin black layer over the top of it. So I just laser off that thin black layer to expose the silver, and it produces a pretty nice result. But, yeah, I thought I'd just add that to the end so you can see what that's all about. I'll catch you later. Bye. Okay, that's done. Got even more banding in it this time. I probably need to bring the bright levels down a little bit. The bottom levels seem to be okay. This is all trial and error, experimenting. It's time consuming, but I am trying to do something that no one else is doing, so I guess it's worth the experimenting, isn't it? So yeah, anyway, you can see what I'm doing. Catch you later.